It is now Colorado law. Starting next year, law enforcement here will be allowed to temporarily remove guns from a person deemed a threat to himself or others.
But take a look. More than 50% of Colorado's 64 counties have said they either don't support it or won't enforce the so-called red flag law. Many say it violates the Second Amendment. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. Denver 7's Megan Lopez is live at the Capitol. Megan, opponents still pledge to fight this law.
Yeah, Shannon and Ann, that's right. In today's bill signing, that room was very crowded. A lot of people wanted to stand behind the governor as he signed that bill. There were families of victims from the Aurora Theater shooting, even from Sandy Hook. Moms demand action. Several lawmakers, law enforcement, even some of those students from the My Last Shot campaign. All of them saying that they're relieved this bill signing is happening, but saying the fight is not over yet.
With pictures and pins to honor lost loved ones and choke back tears.
It's 351 Fridays since Alex was murdered.
Lawmakers, law enforcement, and families of victims stood side by side today for the signing of the red flag bill. A law to temporarily take away the guns of those deemed to be a risk to themselves or others.
This can be done safely.
But even now that it's been signed,
We still have more work to do.
the law won't go into effect until January 1st. Between now and then,
Sheriff Spurlock and I are working now with about 15 different police chiefs
and the Attorney General's office to figure out how this will work.
We will develop policies and procedures that will affect the implementation of this bill.
While all this is happening, Attorney General Phil Weiser is bracing for a legal battle, speaking about this for the first time.
My office will defend it.
37 counties across Colorado have now said they won't enforce the law. Some sending statements to Denver 7 today saying they are, quote, extremely disappointed and are expecting, quote, a legal challenge concerning the constitutionality of the bill.
They said we're not going to enforce an unconstitutional gun law, and they're not going to have to, because this is a constitutional gun law.
On the legislative side,
we cannot let their message win.
Lawmakers are also bracing for blowback.
An extreme gun lobby is threatening my caucus to recall people who support such a measure.
Today signing a sigh of relief for the families of victims.
It hits you while you're here. I mean, every day, I know that my sister doesn't have this day.
And also a solemn reminder that this is not the end of their fight.
There is too much work in front of us to get done.
And several Republican lawmakers, including Senator Chris Holbert, recently spoke with me and said that they don't think people really understand what's inside of this bill. And if they read it for themselves, they might not necessarily support it. So he actually encouraged people to read this bill. Well, we have a link to the full text of it. It's about 30 pages long. If you want to read it for yourself, you can then go ahead and write us at the Denver Channel. Go ahead and write us on our email or use our social media pages to go ahead and sound off on it. We want to hear what you think. I'm live. Megan Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you.